contest is scheduled for one fall. Tag team contest. Coming up first. Accompanying to the ring by Amita from the pits at a combined weight of 440 pounds. Slee and Ozzy Killmeister. They are Masha Mayhem.
So here we go, Beastly and Ozzy Killmeister, the team known as Masha Mayhem, looking to wreck some heads here tonight once again in PSL. And these two have been on an extra bit of a mission recently, as you've seen Beastly go after Jackal Stevens, and Ozzy Killmeister always in there with a chip on his shoulder.
Absolutely. Now, TC Reed, Jackal Stevens, outstanding singles competitors, but I got to give the edge of this match to Masha Mayhem, as they are a regularly competing tag team, and that's going to give them the distinct advantage, Blake, in my opinion.
These two have been on the cusp of big things here in CCW. Several tag team title shots back in the fall and winter of 2021. Now looking to get back on track right here tonight against two of the most popular men.
Beastly wishing himself a happy birthday.
What is he, 6,000 years old?
At a combined weight of 405 pounds, the Florida Man, TC Reed, and the Southeastern Champion, Jackal Stevens.
And here they come. Two of the most popular men in all of CCW coming together for the greater good. We saw the Florida Man come to the aid of Jackal Stevens at Bash at the Brew a couple of weeks ago. Setting things up for May 7th down in Hialeah once again, but as we were saying a few moments ago, Dan, Jackal Stevens chomping at the bit to get his hands on Beastly and Killmeister.
Absolutely, he wasn't able to compete at the last Bash at the Brew, nursing a shoulder injury, but he looks in great condition tonight, and looking forward to seeing if he's 100% or not.
As Reed and Stevens celebrating with the fans here. Looking at a little bit of a contrast in style, certainly here, Dan, for the high-flying, technically sound duo of TC Reed and Jackal Stevens. And Beastly and Killmeister, rarely do we see them go to the mat.
Now, they're a pair of brawlers for sure. That is their forte.
So you have to wonder here, Dan, whoever gets the win certainly gives themselves an advantage leading into this bout on May 7th, but from both sides, how much does each team want to reveal in this matchup, knowing there's still a clash to come in about 2 weeks?
Well, I know Stevens and TC Reed, and they're looking to win anytime they get in the ring.
And of course, TC Reed, for the better part of a decade, Dan, down here in South Florida, a member of a tag team, competing regularly in the tag team circuit. And of course, Jackal Stevens, you go back to his days in American Horror Story with Alex Ocean and Agony, of course, competing in many tag team bouts. And we will see what gives here. Bell sounds, we are underway. Tonight, senior official Randy Eller assigned to this contest.
TC Reed starting off with Killmeister.
As we will see what gives here as the Florida Man hooks it up with the Mosher in Masha Mayhem. And TC Reed and Beastly, two men, when it comes to length of competition inside the ring, certainly at the top of the list here in CCW, both competing for well over a decade.
Indeed, they are an experienced tag team. Beastly with a little bit more of an experience edge.
As looks like TC Reed trying to lock up with Killmeister. And again, that's not necessarily Ozzy's forte.
TC Reed looking to tie him up in the knot. Modified abdominal stretch applied.
And look at Reed here with his finger and wrist manipulation, trying to control Ozzy Killmeister. And TC Reed, very technically sound, underrated as it comes into the state of Florida here. Certainly right towards the top when it comes to mat wrestling.
Absolutely beautifully done. Nice wing lock takeover by TC Reed. Reed in control with the arm.
Don't break it. Don't break it.
As Reed, looking out to the crowd here, having his way with Killmeister at this moment. As Reed and Stevens trying to spoil the party, the birthday party for Beastly and Masha Mayhem here tonight, and get some momentum heading into their big tag team rematch in Hialeah.
Tag made, here comes the Southeastern champion.
As Stevens and Reed appear to be on the same page right now. And it looks like Stevens wants his hands on Beastly, as there's no love lost between these two. The history well documented between these two competitors.
Well, it wasn't a match with Beastly that he did injure his shoulder to Jackal Stevens. Looking for a bit of a revenge possibly here.
And thankfully for Stevens, he's back in competition. We thought he might be on the shelf for an extended period of time, perhaps going all the way into the summer.
Well, he had a slight shoulder separation, but with some rehab, he's right back in there. Just missed about 3 or 4 weeks.
And looking at the last year, Dan, I don't know of anyone, not just on the CCW roster, but in the entire Southeast, who's been as active as a competitor, especially with a championship, than Jackal Stevens.
Well, he takes on all comers. Nice up and over there.
Staying one step ahead of Beastly right here is Stevens. And Jackal trying to control the pace once again. And the heel of his boot meets the mouth of Beastly. 1. And a near fall.
Only a 1 count though. Beastly really able to power out quickly there, surprising. Stevens has a handful of hair from the back of Beastly. That's disgusting.
Forget Nair, just rip right at it. As Stevens brings Beastly right back to the Florida man, Stevens' corner. And TC Reed and Jackal Stevens doing a number right here on Beastly.
That knee bounced right off the forehead of Beastly.
Penny combination.
The referee there. Again, Beastly really showing me a lot of intestinal fortitude, able to kick out at the 1 count.
The crafty Florida man trying to steal one right there, but Beastly was certainly ready for it. As the Florida man tries to remain in control, and Killmeister here trying to derail the momentum of TC Reed, and that leaves an opening for Beastly, ripping at the mane of TC Reed. Randy Eller trying to restrain Jackal Stevens as Masha Mayhem applies some double teams.
And that's an experienced tag team for you, Blake. Killmeister went for the knee as he was coming off the rope. Did not catch him quite as well as he wanted, but it was enough to distract TC Reed, and now Masha Mayhem have the advantage.
And even though their offense is somewhat unorthodox, they're working very well here at a high level, Dan. 1, 2, and a near fall for Killmeister. As TC Reed trying to fight back here, he's going to need to find himself on the opposite side of the ring. And Beastly now looking on as Killmeister.
Randy Eller all over Killmeister as he's choking TC Reed on the rope. Blatant choke right in front of the referee.
And wait now, Nvidia.
Look at her, come on. Turn around, ref.
She's gonna get in on the fun. And that extra body out there, Dan, you see what the difference makes with the numbers game. And Killmeister launching Reed throat first into that bottom rope. A lot of frictions and burns could be created there. That's cable encased in rubber.
Great ring awareness by TC Reed. Got that foot on the rope. That was a devastating slingshot.
And Masha Mayhem, once again, trying to keep the pace moving. As Killmeister wallops Reed in the corner there. And Beastly And look at TC Reed here trying to fight free the Florida man 1-on-2 against Masha Mayhem. TC Reed trying to fight to the opposite side of the ring as Beastly trying to control the wrist here of TC Reed.
Reed into the corner, but he gets the boot up as Beastly charges in. Getting out of the way now. Now's his opportunity. Blake needs to make that tag.
And he takes Beastly down. Beastly is down. The Florida man is down. This tag team out hanging the balance here at St. Lucie Showdown 2. The crowd trying to rally behind Reed. There's the tag into Killmeister. And here comes the Southeastern champion. Stevens is unloading here on Killmeister. Killmeister trying to reverse course. Stevens runs him right into the ropes here. Killmeister goes for a big swing, and Stevens plants him down. Riding Bob 2, and Beastly breaks it up.
Stevens
Randy Eller
there,
trying to get Beastly back in the corner. Here comes TC Reed. As you said, Dan, all 4 men are in. This one's starting to break down right in front of us.
All 4 men now in the ring. Reed and Stevens in control.
And Stevens going after Killmeister. Beastly dumped to the outside by TC Reed. And this could certainly be what the Southeastern champion and the Florida man were looking for. Rearranges the jaw of Killmeister. Keep your eyes on Jackal Stevens. Picture perfect blockbuster. But wait a minute. Beastly, he has the Southeastern title, Dan. As Stevens goes for the cover, and Beastly wallops him right on the back, and that's gonna do it.
Oh! Man, he caught him right in the forehead with that title belt. And one for TC Reed.
Certainly not the birthday bash Beastly was looking for, but he's gonna get the last laugh here. And the tensions grow, Dan, as we head closer and closer to May 7th.
And your winners by disqualification, the Florida man, TC Reed, and Southeastern champion, Jackal Stevens.
As Beastly disposes of Reed. And now the birthday boy has something to say.
Beastly mocking the Southeastern champion.
Ruler of the Southeast, it is Beastly.
So Dan, once again, May 7th is on the horizon. We will see once again TC Reed and Jackal Stevens taking on Masha Mayhem. The stakes couldn't be any higher unless the titles were on the line.
Absolutely. You know, May 7th, a chance for for TC Reed and Jackal Stevens to get a little bit of revenge for what happened here tonight. That's going to be a barn burn down in Hialeah at the Unbranded Brewing Company. I'm looking forward to that one.
Do you want to be a mark? Or do you want to leave a mark?
I'm smarter than the average bear.